For my titles, allow me just to say my three names. Joyce Nelly Atieno, as given to me by my parents. But growing up, I'm now Honorable Dr. Joyce Atieno Osogo Bensouda. I am a mother, a Christian, and an entrepreneur. I am a primary school teacher. I am a high school teacher, and my teaching subjects are geography and history. I underwent P1 training at Kamagambo Adventist Teachers Training College and nurtured my spiritual life. I went to the University of Nairobi and KCA University. At the university, I did Bachelor in Education Arts, that is Geography and History. I did Master of Art in Project Planning and Management. Then I did my Doctorate in Philosophy in Project Planning and Management. And my area of specialization was Project Monitoring and Evaluation. And therefore, I have proper grounding in being a woman representative. Why Bensouda? This is a name that most people started referring to me after the ICC prosecutor. But the reason as to why I decided to do a deed poll, it could not be a coincidence that the students at the University of Nairobi, where I sit in the research panel for the defenses of masters and bachelors and PhD, they referred to me quietly as Bensouda. It so happened that where I'm a lecturer at Jaramogi Oginga Odinga University of Science and Technology, under the School of Spatial Planning and Natural Resource Management, they refer to me as Bensouda. It so happens that where I'm the Minister for Roads in County Government of Kisumu, the employees refer to me as Bensouda. It so happens that where I was operating an hotel, it was called JJ Hotel. They were also referring to me, including my clients, as Bensouda. These are different geographical locations where people refer to you under the same name. And so when I started my campaign, my name Joyce was not readily acceptable. It was not sinking. But what sank was Bensouda. So I did not bother to look for a campaign name and an official name. So Bensouda served both, politically and my normal name. Remember my mother, and so I understand our mothers. I'm an SME entrepreneur, I understand the SMEs. I am a teacher, I understand the youths. I am a philosopher, I'm a researcher, I understand my entry point in engagement and service delivery. And that informed my 10-point agenda as part of my pledge during my campaign for the position of woman representative, Homa Bay County. I had 10-point agenda. 1 was education support service, 2 was health and sanitation, 3 was water support service, 4 was SME skill development and training, 5 SME economic empowerment, we have legislation, we have food and security, we have environmental conservation, we have, I've said market and infrastructure, and also ICT development, among many others. I have a slogan called, in English, work and development. In my mother tongue, teach Kodongrok. That is my hashtag slogan. We talk politics, yes, but we have to execute and deliver services to the people of Homa Bay County. When Professor Peter Anyang' Nyong'o nominated me as the Minister of the CCM County Executive Committee member for Transport, Roads and Public Works. 1, I delivered an excavator, 2 graders, 1 drum roll for compacting the roads, and 4 lorries, the 10-wheel lorries, the trucks. Under transport in Kisumu County, I revived the machines which were grounded. I reorganized the administrative sector so that departments in roads were very clear and work structure was smooth. Under public works, I restructured and ensured that the big queues which were produced were relevant, were cost effective, were realistic, and were implemented. The road which I gave, the low bituminous road in Seme, is almost getting completed. And that is a road which was worth 210 million. And soon we are going to launch it. I also did machine-based development, whereby empowerment of youths in Kisumu County, in the entire 7 sub-counties. It worked and they earned money for it. So I have legacies to point out as a leader. That time I was a minister for roads. Now I am the woman representative, Homa Bay County, duly elected.
Has been duly elected as the county woman member to the National Assembly for Homa Bay County in the election held on the 9th of August 2022. Congratulations.
Close to 2 years in office, I've delivered 4 modern border sheds. I'm requesting for any organization and institution CSR supports for the modern border shed concept that I have, because it's not just a shed where they hang their legs. It is a shed that generates money for the border youth groups. I've done under market. I've delivered in Kabondo Kasipul, Ramba Market, a modern market with 1.5 worktops for the women, with the double door cupboards where the women can lock their stuffs in the evening, display their goods on the worktops. I've given them chairs to sit on as they are working. I've also given them aprons to put on. I've branded the aprons for what they are selling. I did groundbreaking this month, and I believe that Ratanga Market in Ndewa constituency is going to be launched, commissioned at the end of this year. And the women at Ndewa will be very happy, because that's a market that is serving even Migori and not only Ndewa. Under environmental conservation, I've established 9 environmental CBOs ambassadors. We are going to call upon other existing CBOs to join them in the training, so that we advocate for environmental issues, we conserve our forest, we have undeveloped passion, the lost glory of passion on environment. We have planted trees, 100 trees in all public primary schools in Homa Bay County. I've done phase 2 of another 100 seedlings in about 6 wards. This is what I'm looking for by the end of 2027, so that we can talk of restoration of our forest in an increased forest cover in Homa Bay County. My first launch, I had over 400 students and affirmative action that I gave 5,000 shillings each as bursary. And that was done in Homa Bay Town sub-county. The criteria of identification and choosing the students were the total vulnerables 2, partially vulnerables 2, PWDs 2, teenage mothers 2, and then 2 were just motivation on students who are constantly top 3 in their school, regardless of whether they come from parents who are rich. And so I gave 410 per ward in the 40 wards in Homa Bay County. I support the PWDs. In the past, I've given wheelchairs. Some of them I mobilize. Some of them I get support in socio-economic empowerment. And my first edition was over 9,639,000, which I gave out for the entire sampled groups, CBO groups in the 40 wards, some of the self-help groups, and some of the border groups. In terms of sports, I also did my first edition sport, and that was for football, netball, from the 40 wards to the sub-county level, where I introduced volleyball, and to the county level. This year we are doing talent nurturing. Next year I'm doing my second edition. I championed and voiced out for sanitary pads to be provided by the government of Kenya. It took a while. I used to mobilize on my own resources, donate to churches in girls, support community. But I want to say that I voiced out. And the women of this country, the 47 women representatives, we sat down and we said, no, enough is enough. We are representing our girls. And so we were provided for the sanitary pads. So far, I have distributed, I received a minimum of 15,000 sanitary pads for each sub-county in all the 8 sub-counties in Homa Bay County. So our girls receive 8 packets. We believe that should sustain them for at least 3 months. As an educationist, I've gone out of my way to also encourage what we call Bensouda book reading culture. And my first appreciation goes to the yearbook. We've been working closely, and there are advices they've been giving me, and I want to take this early opportunity to even thank them that through partnership with them, I'll be giving knowledge reading books to our various libraries in Rangwe, in secondary schools. So those are some of the things that I have done in my 2 years in office. So my focus in a nutshell: 1, to complete my phase 2 on tree planting and growing. That is under agenda of environment. My focus on sports is to ensure youth's participation in sports from grassroots to county level. On food and security, I want to ensure that ECD are supported with porridge. My focus again in 3 years is to ensure that sub-counties which have not benefited from bursary and skill development, 1, they also benefit under affirmative action. But I'm going to measure more in the next 3 years on skill development, issues of driving school, issues of training, on works that can empower our youth so that they have their income generation increased. Thank you for giving me the honor, first and foremost, to appreciate Homa Bay County as a whole. I'm telling you, those are very bright people. They don't just elect. They elect people who can represent them well. You don't go campaigning for them to elect you. They make their critical analysis and they give you the votes that you are worth of. It is my prayer that I work towards this, but I am confident that Homa Bay County will re-elect me so that what is pending will be concluded in my 10 years in office. Thank you so much, Homa Bay County. I look forward to serve you as your servant, and I look forward for your support. Together we can. #work and development, Teach Kodongo.